Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Linux command line scripting. So far in my previous episodes I have discussed about various commands with which you can write single liner Linux command line scripts, and in this episode I am going to discuss something very important in case you are working in a large organization as a system admin, or else you may work in service performance or something like that, and you need to filter out a lot of log dumps, and eventually it may have more than a billion rows or billion lines of a file, and it may be in several MBs or GBs of file sizes, and sometimes these can be important to analyze. There may be just one error instance to search in the entire log files. So sometimes it is quite important you do some sort of load sharing. In case if you do the traditional way of command line scripting, which I have discussed in my previous episodes, so sometimes you may take around 6 to 8 hours or even perhaps one full day to analyze and process the entire file. And this I have very much experienced almost a decade ago when I was working with Akamai Technologies, and I need to often filter log files and then push it to analyze these files and then push it into a database as a record asset. So it used to take incredible amount of time, almost around like 8 to 6 hours asset. So these are the cases you need to understand. You need to do some sort of load sharing, and then after doing that load sharing you can just do your command line scripting on these files. So it is very important. You need to split these files into smaller chunks, and then apply your command line script filters on these smaller files, and then extract the required output, and then you can merge all these into a single file as such. So one of the command which you have to learn is split command, as I going to discuss in this episode. So split command is going to help you to kind of split your files into n number of lines of each file, or else n number of bytes as such. So the syntax of split command is something like this. You can just use split, you can just choose to use -l, and you can give the number of lines which each file splitted file it is going to be, and then you can specify the file name abc.txt. But this is something makes sense as one can understand for a simple human readable text files, whereas there is another case of split file which may not be that kind of frequently useful for you guys, which is you can just also choose to use -b, and you can choose to use the number of bytes you want to split each of the file. And in this case it can be some sort of binary files, because there is no context of lines in these binary files. It can be some sort of movie file, or it can be some sort of disk image or something like that. So it can be some abc.image or abc.zip or .mp4, something like that. So this is more applicable for such applications. But in case you are processing raw text files, and then you are trying to get some sort of output out of them, which is quite huge as such. The file may be in the order of several MBs or GBs as such. So in that case you need to use split, and you can split according to number of lines. You can even split 1 million lines in each file, or else thousands of lines in each file. So whenever you choose the option bytes, you can just specify a number directly, like something like 30, which is like 30 bytes, or you want it each file to be like 30 KB, you can just choose to use 30K or 30M for MB and so on. But I don't want to much focus on -b option, because this is not something is of much use in a command line scripting context as well. So once you are done with this, what will happen is split is going to split the files in the nomenclature of XAA and then XAB and so on. So each of these files are going to be unique. So assume you have a file with 1 billion lines, some sort of CSV dump or something like that. So when you do a split -l and you split with 10,000 lines each file, it will split into multiple chunks, and each of this is stored in various file names, unique file names like this XAA, XAB and so on as such. in any case, once these are splitted, as it is, you want to kind of combine them, and you want to get the original file, you can just use a combination of cut and ls command as such. So let me just show you. In case you want to combine this back to the original file, you can just do cat and then backtick ls, and then you can choose to use x star and then backtick, and then you can pipe it. You can just redirect to abc.txt. so this will create your original file from these chunks. But the idea is not about using in this context. And one more thing you have to notice is this may be quite handy tool back olden days when there are floppy disks. So since the disk is limited to around 1 MB of size, I mean, you need to kind of split large files and then fit in these floppy disks, and then carry around 3-4 floppy disks, and then you can reassemble these chunks of files and then get back your original file. Maybe this is needed for even these days in terms of splitting a huge file so that it can fit into your micro SD card or some sort of USB drive, and take some couple of USB pen drives, and then get back your file back. But the intention of using that is not in this kind of use cases. Sometimes it is very much needed in terms of load sharing, and once it is splitted, you can just apply the filters the way you want for each of these files. You can just choose to use cat xaa and then pipe it, and then followed by with you can just do all your command line scripting constructs as I discussed in my previous episode. So let me just show you some real examples of this split command live demo in my desktop, guys. Hey guys, welcome to my desktop, guys. As I said, there are various use cases of split command, as well as if you want to learn more about all other options, you can anytime refer its man pages. Whereas I just want to focus some of the very much important use cases of split command in your command line scripting context as such. As I said, there can be various use cases, but in this case we are trying to do some sort of load sharing of some sort of command line scripting processing of a huge file before even importing into some sort of database, trying to split a huge CSV file or something like that. So let me just show a simple example. So I got this small CSV file. What you can do is using split command, you can split this file into various smaller files. So let me just show you split. In this case, since it's a text file, you can just use this split into multiple lines, so that each file have n number of lines as such. Whereas if it is a binary file, as I said in my whiteboard, you can just choose to use n number of bytes as such. Since here it is not completely not applicable, whereas wherein which you may choose to split into multiple lines as such. So I can just split this as an example in 2 lines of each file. You can just specify its file name mydb.txt. So as you can see here, it has created multiple smaller files. You can just choose to do cat xaa. As you can see, each file contains 2 lines of its original file. Yeah, as you can see here. And in any case you want to merge all these files, you can just choose to use cat backtick ls x star and then backtick, and you can just redirect to mydb2.txt. Yeah, now you can just verify its content. As you can see here, this way you can merge anytime, but the intention is not about using in this way as such. The intention is all about splitting a load of doing some sort of load sharing as such. So in that way, if you can see, once your file is splitted, you can just do your any other command line scripting option. Say for example, you can just do this, and then you can just do cut command -d space -f2. So this way you can proceed, And once you have done doing these things for each individual file, you can merge its results all in one single file. So something like this, you can again redirect this output to another file, XAA2, and same way XAB. Assume a case where in which you have billions of records in each of this file. So that way it is quite important to do some sort of load sharing. So you can just do this, and then you can just do this way, XA*2 and cat mydb2.txt. as you can see here, it has got back its records. So we can just ignore the fact that this has just 5 rows. Assume a case this has around a billion rows as well. So there is the case where in which you need to do some sort of load sharing. So apart from that, as I discussed in the whiteboard, you can use split command to split in n number of bytes. So let me just show you that as well. As I said before, it is more applicable for binary files. Anyway, we can do split even with this file. So let me just choose to use -b, say 15 bytes, and then I can just choose this file mydb.txt. It has produced all these files, around 4 files. So you can just cat this and figure out. As you can see here, it has partial contents in each file, XAB and XAC. So this is what it produces, but it is not so much required for this case, but in a case like huge binary file, it is quite handy. And I can show you even another example. Say for example, my log file size is quite huge, where log kernel.log, as you can see here, it is around 1000 K, which is like almost like 1 MB of size, and it is not yet done log rotation. So what I can do is, let me just remove these files which I created before. So I can just do is, I can just do cat this log file, and then I can choose to use split, or otherwise I can even directly do over here split -L 1000 lines per chunk of file, and choose this log file as such. So as you can see here, it has created multiple chunks. So you can just try ls-l and figure out what is the size. So now it has created multiple chunks of this, and assume this contains almost like billion rows in each of these files. So this is where split command becomes handy as such. We can just peek through the contents inside. So vim xaa. So let me just scroll down. So as you can see here, it split neatly line by line basis, so that there is no incomplete line, unlike -b option over here. So that's all guys for this episode. I hope you guys liked watching this video. Please do subscribe to this channel in case if you haven't, and thank you guys for watching this video. Have a nice day.